Hi guys, it's Parrish again, and this video we're going to be talking about kiting. Kiting is a fighting retreat. There are a couple things it is not. It is not turning around and running to the opposite side of the map as soon as you're shot at, and it is not driving your Yamato to the back of the map and trying to shoot ships that are 25 kilometers away. Both of those are sort of ridiculous ways to play the game. Kiting is a fighting retreat. There is a time and a place for it. Basically, the idea is you're of absolutely no use to your team dead, but you can be of some use while you're retreating. This match is on the Two Brothers map. Everybody knows this map. It's the one with the two big islands and the channel between them. It's one of my favorite maps. It's symmetrical. And what I mean, well, first off, most of the maps in the game are somewhat symmetrical, but this one has north-south and east-west symmetry. The symmetry implies is that there's no geographical advantage in going left or right. Geographically, one way is as good as the other. There may be some advantage depending on what the enemy team does, but you don't know that at the start of the game. And of course there is another option. You can always run your ships right up the middle through the channel. Usually a very bad idea. People like to try this because every once in a while it works. I think I've been in 2 games where this worked. One game I loaded in about 5 minutes late. I don't know if the game crashed, I disconnected, I don't know what happened, but I loaded in about 5 minutes late. And, well, what the heck? You know, everybody else is on the sides fighting. I'm just going to go up the middle. And it was in the standard battle mode, so that's the one where each team has just the one cap that you have to capture the enemies and defend yours. I drove up to the enemy capped it, and that was the end of the game. Another game I was in, a couple guys insisted on going up the middle, and they topped 3 or 4 others into it. And I thought, what the heck, if half the team's going up the middle, we're going to lose unless everybody goes. So I went with them, and sure as heck, we won that game. That is the 2 out of the hundreds of battles I've played on this map where people won by going up the middle. Usually on this map, you get some sort of split like this, either half and half, 6 and 6, or 5 go left and 7 go right, 4 left, 8 right. All of that works pretty good. There's a way to play all those situations. When it gets much more lopsided than that, say 9 and 3, 10 and 2, that turns into the lemming train type of thing. It brings on a whole new set of problems, and we'll talk about that in another video. But this one we're talking where, there's somewhat matched groups. Even 4 and 8 is not bad, but, more than that, it brings on a different set of issues. This match was in my Tier 6 cruiser, French cruiser, La Galissonnais. I have no idea how you pronounce that. I have a French-speaking friend that's told me 5 or 6 times, and I still get it wrong every time. Anyhow, you can see I have come across the good fortune of being in a Tier 8 match with Tier 7 aircraft carriers, while I'm in a paper-thin skinned Tier 6 French cruiser. So let's take a look at this thing and see what's going on in this match. And like I say, 2 brothers. I'm on the left side of the map, so guess which direction I'm going. Obviously, I'm closer to the left. It makes sense to go left. Not everybody sees things that way. Something's going to happen here that's kind of humorous. There's a guy over on the right side of our spawn. His name's Harry something, and he does a 180 in his DD, and it always amazes me when people start. There he is. He's driving backwards, and that kind of stuff always amazes me. I mean, what is it? You don't know which way the enemy is. You don't know what to do. I don't understand. But anyhow, I message him in chat and say, hey, what's the matter? Is your rudder broken already? But also, I have a bad habit. If I see somebody on the right side driving to the left side of the map, particularly on a map like this that's just symmetrical, I'll ask them, what's the matter with your side of the map? I never get a response. There's really nothing matter. They just think the better ships are going one way, and the truth of the matter is ships need to go both ways. So here I am, and on the left side, and it looks like more ships are going right. That's the case. And I see the good thing is there's a DD, and he's I'm not exactly happy about where he's headed, but he's on our side, and maybe he'll spot for us. He's in a Mahan, relatively low detectability. I would far prefer that he head to the very south side of the cap. That way he can spot, get a good idea what's out there. If he's not opposed, he can sneak in the cap and try to cap it. He can do a lot more than where he is right here. Another thing is I'm not super fond about being right next to islands. If you're right on an island, obviously you can't turn into the island. And if that island doesn't happen to give you the shelter from enemy fire that you were thinking it would, you might be screwed. And I think that's going to happen to our friend here in the Mahan. He's going to get spotted. And he only has one way to go. He's made himself, there he is. He's detected. The enemy destroyer is shooting at him. Now the cruisers are going to start shooting. Everything's shooting at him. He's in smoke. But I mean, why didn't the guy stay in his smoke? I don't know. I don't know. I guess he thought maybe there were torpedoes coming in, but he starts running, and the only direction he can run, he should be turning south now to try to break off of this, but he's going to go away real fast. Pensacola's got pretty good guns, and then there we go. We lost our DD. And honestly, that's a huge loss for our side of the map. He should be out in the middle of the open water somewhere spotting. Instead, he's dead. One of the things that it's the way Wargaming sets it up, but they have a destroyer event going on, and you have a lot of guys out there trying to do 20,000 flooding in DDs to complete a campaign or a mission or something, and they don't drive DDs. They don't know how to drive the DD. I don't know how they think they're going to do 20,000 in flooding damage. But it encourages guys to drive DDs, and maybe that's a good thing. Get some new people in the DD. Wargaming has these lines of ships that they've put some time and effort into designing them, the artwork, all the digital stuff, and they want people playing them, researching them, buying them, playing them. But sometimes it's not so good for gameplay, and I think that's been happening a lot lately in games. You have guys in DDs that really don't know what they're doing. Well, I know there's a DD out here in the middle of this somewhere, and right now I haven't seen all. I know there's a Pensacola up there. I know there's a, I can see a couple things, but I don't think there's all that much stuff up here. So I'm going to sneak up toward the cap, and honestly, what I'm thinking is I know there's some DDs up there in the smoke. I'm going to pop my hydro, and and try to spot those guys. Unfortunately, I find a little more going on than what I had hoped for. So I'm going to just try to get out of here and stay alive. At that point, that's my biggest concern, is staying alive and doing what I can to help the team. And dying right here in open water is not going to do anything to help the team. So I'm running for my life. I'm still detected. I still got a number of ships shooting at me. But, I've got a better angle. I'm maneuvering. The DD's opened up on me again. And you see about half my health is gone. And the Gallisonade does not have the biggest health pool in the world to start with. And it's kind of fragile, so I really don't want to, take a whole lot more damage. But I'm still taking hits. However, there's a DD north of that little island, and I wouldn't mind getting a shot or two at him. It's always nice to kill DDs. If you're in a cruiser, that's one of the primary jobs, is protecting the capital ships, the battleships from DDs, and you protect them by, killing them. He's popped smoke there. Maybe I'll get the bright idea again to run up there and try my hydro. We'll see what happens, but I think I get lit up again here pretty soon. The good thing about this, if you'll notice, the guys on the west side of the map, we've given ground. We've been pushed back down into the open water, and I'm taking some more fire. We've been pushed south, well south of the cap. However, the guys on the other side of the map are doing their job, and they're pushing north into the cap there. They've capped one, and they're pushing into the second one, and they're killing some ships. So the only guy that's been lost on our team so far is that Mahan that just drove out into open water inadvisably right at the beginning of the game. I'm still taking some fire, running for my life again. I seem to enjoy hot water, and I'm pretty low right now. I don't have much left to give, so I really have to watch what I'm doing at this point. And I'm no longer detected, but there's still a few shots hitting me. Now they're no longer firing, so I've got to really have to consider what I'm doing from this point on out, because like I say, I don't have much health left to give. The good thing is they've killed one of ours, we've killed 4 of theirs, and we're being pushed south, but we've slowed the red team down on the west side of the map. They're not pushing into the cap. I managed to set somebody on fire, so I'm still doing some damage. And I'm going to take some more shots at the DD. They've not managed to push into the cap. We hold 2 caps. We're capping a 3rd. We've killed more ships than they have. So we're winning this game at this point. All the while, the 4 ships or 5 ships on my side of the map, we've given ground. That's just what we had to do. Dying early does very little to help your team. And, here I go again shooting at DDs. After all, you love to shoot at DDs, especially if you can hit them and get a ribbon for it. He's in the cap. I would love to kill him and secure the cap, but I can't take. I'm spotted by other ships, and he's going to shoot at me from out of the smoke, and I can't take any damage. My detection went down after I quit firing my guns. Oh yeah, I've got torpedoes. Maybe I'll put some torpedoes in that smoke, but I'm too far from it. Detected again. Oh, what's going on? There's a Molotov behind the island there that's at pretty low health. I'll see if I can take a shot at him, but I don't think these land. Do they land? No, they don't land. And there's that DD again, and he's still. Oh my gosh! Look at that. I got nothing left. Hit that guy. I think somebody else is going to shoot him. I am riding the razor's edge right here. But he's managed to cap. But the ship count is even more lopsided now. Ow. That's it. Another shot or 2 and I've had it. If those landed right there, I'm out of the game. Yeah. That's the one thing about French cruisers. They are kind of fast, so you can get out of trouble. You can get into trouble and get out of trouble in a big hurry with one. But like I say, if any one of these shots land, I'm dead. I've got to watch what I'm doing. But once again, there's a DD, and I love to shoot at DDs, so I'm going to turn left, get my guns pointed that way, shoot at him. I land some shots here. Yeah, that's nice. Somebody else is going to take a big chunk out of him. Be nice to get a kill here. And here we go. Oh, look at that. Now here it comes. I swoop in for the kill steal. Look at this. I am certainly not above stealing a kill. They have 4 ships left. We have 10. The game is over. And I missed one of those, but one of those missed me by a couple of feet. If it had found the deck of my ship, I'm sure I would have died right there. So I'm thinking at this point, there is no point in me doing anything else. It's game over, and we're gonna win on points here in just a minute. It is game over. Not the best game. I didn't do that much damage, but I stayed alive and contributed to my team the whole time. The guys on my side, we kept the red teams on the west side of the map from pushing around and threatening the flank of our team. Good game. Later, guys.